got Frank and Bobby, Street Drum Corps. How are you guys?
Great, here at KNOTFEST 2015.
Second day of KNOTFEST.
We survived day one.
How many performances yesterday?
5.
Okay.
Today we're going for 6.
6 today.
Yeah.
5 wasn't enough.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's like magic hour hits. We're up there on this hill. We're next to the Thunderdome. It's like a mini Burning Man up there.
Yeah, man.
You know, we go in between the main stage. We play 20-minute shows in between the main stage. So we decided to add a few because, you know, it was starting to get a little dark, but it was getting
cool.
good.
It's that magical dusk hour, and it's just with the Thunderdome lit up and the main stage going. It's a good vibe, and we're just gonna go for it today.
That's awesome. So we got Slipknot's drummer joining you today?
Yep.
You guys go way back?
We've known, I mean, since he was a little kid. We met him in Jersey, and his dad. His dad brought him to see us in the U's, and he just became a big fan. He's played with us multiple times. We've done his dad's show when he was the band leader on Conan.
Actually, Jay couldn't get into one of our shows because he was underage. So that's when his dad brought him.
Escort him. And his dad got up on stage and was slamming kegs and barrels with us as well. So we had both, father and son come play with us. So we go back a long way. So
That's
it's gonna
beautiful.
be great to have him. You know, he plays in a band with a bunch of trash and drummers, and so do we. So
there you go,
it's
man.
a common cool thing.
Have trash can, we'll rock.
Yeah, right.
So give us a little background, where you guys grew up, how you got involved in the whole percussion world here.
Yeah, we grew up on the East Coast. Frank's from New York, and my brother Adam and I are from New Jersey.
Okay.
And we all moved out here with the dream of being in bands, which we have done.
What year was this?
I moved out here in '95.
Okay.
And you were out here in 2000.
About 12 years ago I moved out here.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, I've put in about 20 years out in LA now.
You told him coast was clear, get your ass on out?
Yep. And, well, I didn't know Frank. Frank knew a mutual friend of ours, and he came over to our studio to borrow some drums from us because, you know, we're all friends, and he saw what my brother and I were doing, these little camps and drum show things for kids with disabilities and charity events, and Frank's like, hey, I've got this trash band that I used to do a lot of shows with. Why don't we get together and combine our skills? And we haven't looked back now for 12 years. We went from, you know, playing trash on the Warped Tour to arenas all over the world now. We've toured over 20, 30 countries. You know,
and this is kind of a full circle thing too as well. John Reese, who puts on this show with Slipknot, he was our manager from, you know, not anymore, but from day one. He put us on all his tours because he owns all these tours, and him and Kevin Lyman partnered up on us and gave us record deals, and so it's cool to be back with the family that we started at, and kind of where our group has gone. We've kind of moved away from that, you know, punkish stuff, and we're now into more of the heavier world. So this feels home with Slipknot and these fans and everything. So it's been really good.
Yeah. Our roots have always been that heavy metal. I mean, we play a lot of metal, like trash. Like literally, we play metal objects. So we come from that, you know, hard-hitting metal world, and now that John Reese has got, you know, he's the king of the metal concerts between Mayhem and well, I mean, how many other ones? There's so many that it was a natural progression for us to just kind of fit in with our new Blood Drum show. And the Blood Drum show's been running for 6 years at theme parks all over the United States and Canada. So, you know, we've just taken our sets, our Halloween basically sets, and brought them out here for the kids that are coming to KNOTFEST. And, you know, Slipknot, you know, they get it. You know, Corey was just up checking out our stage, and he just rolled in, and, you know, we got his approval, so that's cool.
Yeah, he loves Street Drum Corps, which is awesome. Like, we didn't even know he knew about it or anything, and it was cool that they signed up on this to bring us along too.
Awesome. So what was the germ of the idea when you originally created Street Drum Corps?
Something different.
Not play with a bunch of pussy guitar players that, you know, waiting around for like singers to write songs. Like, no, honestly though, we had more to offer than just sitting on a drum set. And, you know, we had our dreams of having our own Kiss. But how were we going to do that, you know, waiting for people, and everybody was just fucking up around us. Fucking up. So we had to, you know, take the bull by the horns and create something for ourselves that we could get up every day and work on and be the boss of. And we're all drummers, so we had to do something that was drums. And you know, now here we are 12 years later.
Yeah.
So how did it start? You started adding a couple members and it grew from there, or what was the evolution?
I mean, it was just the three of us.
Okay.
And we were doing Six Flags Magic Mountain in California for summer residency, and our friends in the U's said, come out on this arena tour. You're gonna be our intro. We're gonna take your song and make it our intro. And we're like, well, we have this gig, we're contracted to do the theme park. We went to the theme park and said, we just got the opportunity of a lifetime, like we're gonna, you know, have to bail on this thing. And they were like, well, why don't you guys, you have two options. You could either just go and we'll replace you, or you can get subs to do it. And we're like, subs? We can train people to do what we're doing. So then that's where it started. We said, well, let's just train a bunch of drummers. Let's take as much work as we have. Like today, for example, we're here. We have this show in Pennsylvania. We have this show in Virginia, Ohio, and Northern California. So there's 5 or 6 blood drum shows happening today across America. And you know, there's a ton of drummers in the world that need to be heard, that want to work instead of having some bullshit job. And that's the greatest gift that we can have in this company is giving kids an opportunity. Like Bobby and I, when we were young, we didn't have these opportunities at all, you know, and there's so much great talent out there. These kids that are playing on our stage today, you know, our drummers, like we're kicking back. We're here just enjoying our company. You know, we're gonna get up today with the Slipknot guys, and that'll be a fun moment, but we have our guys up here who are amazing. They're killing it. They're touring the show, and you know, we're just here to be the owners and enjoy and watch what we've created. Wow.
So you hadn't really thought of that. They gave you that idea,
they just
like
put it in our head, like, and you know, we give them credit for a lot. That's really where half these songs that we're playing were created at Magic Mountain, just being street performers.
Yeah.
You know, and we got.
And then there's people like the John Reeses and the Kevin Lymans that come along and give you opportunities. And it was more than we even expected. You know, we're just playing trash cans at a theme park, and Lyman's like, hey, here's 20 grand and to make a record and a tour. You know, whatever you guys want to do. Set up your own stage, bring your friends, bring whoever. You get out of it what you put in it. And that was our start, you know, from Magic Mountain right into the punk rock world and now metal.
And that's what we're doing here today. When we did our first Warped Tour, we had our own stage, our own sound, our own gear. We trucked it ourselves, did everything, and that's what we're doing here today. We said we're going to come on the Midway, instead of being on the stages and just being another band, let's create our own experience, and it's called the Blood Drums Experience for KNOTFEST. It's something we custom made with the stage and all that, and we're next to the Thunderdome, and it's just this rad apocalyptic world over there of just this awesome stuff going on. So it's a cool little community we have up there that we're part of.
Yeah. Well, I was telling Bobby, I was there at the Wiltern at the drum off when Tommy Lee and Nick Mars were there. Who are some of the other people that have come down and collaborated or gotten what you're doing?
There's a long list.
I mean,
you know?
the top of the list of people we've been fortunate to work with, Linkin Park. We've collaborated with and toured the world with them. 30 Seconds to Mars, Deftones, now Slipknot is on the list. The Used is where we started, first collaboration. And those are kind of the standouts.
Tons of celebrity drummers.
Everybody from actor Jeremy Piven to Jay Weinberg. I mean,
So drummers automatically get it. There's a brotherhood of drummers, and
definitely.
And they turn some of their bandmates onto it. Next thing you know.
Drummers definitely unite, I think, more than other type of musicians. Like there is a brotherhood amongst us and a sisterhood. And we all kind of rally together. And you know, when you have a lot of drummers, it's really impressive. It's super, you know, it's super fun.
Yeah. Now I know you've taken this to some faraway lands. What are some of the exotic places you just can't believe that you're performing?
The furthest places we've been just were before this. I mean, we were just in Guam, which is very far.
We've done Russia.
Been to Russia, Singapore, Korea, Japan, all over Europe, Africa. Where else did we start that tour?
Bahrain,
Cuba, Middle East.
Okay.
I mean, we've literally gone
pretty much
all
everywhere.
over the world. Yeah. which is amazing.
So in a way, you're kind of ambassadors of this American,
this
created
I mean,
thing.
obviously there's groups like the Blue Man and Stomp that created, they're godfathers of all this. We've just taken our own spin on it, and I like to think we're helping lead the way in a new kind of percussive movement of different stuff.
Putting your own spin on
inspiring people.
Creating your own thing.
Yeah.
We love it. Now, you were talking about there's going to be a Bloodline album. There's some music in the works.
Yeah, we have one Blood Drum soundtrack available at the shows, iTunes, and it's time now. We're going to do a new Blood Drums record. New soundtrack, collaborate with some amazing people. We're just starting to get our hands around it right now, but it's time. We've just been so busy with touring. Like now, this last year to 2 years, it's time to get back in the studio. So that's the goal for the new year.
That's part of the fun of it all too. All the stuff we've talked about and what we do, and actually the performing live. It's amazing, but being in the studio with all of this crazy gear and where electronics have gone over the years, and the different things that you can use to make music now is super inspiring for us, and that's just as important as coming out and playing shows. Totally. Like creating, and there's nothing like hearing something come together for the first time when you're recording it, and know that that's going to be the beat, or that's going to be the sound, or that's going to be the song, we're going to be playing for another 20 years, and
trying to push the envelope, which we've always done. I mean, you can literally just take a microphone and put it on a trash can and an oil drum or whatever, and it sounds great, but we've always said, how do we make that even next level? So we'll take that microphone through the barrel and put it through a Marshall stack and distort it with pedals, and just try to challenge ourselves to do different things, and that's how we have the stuff. Washing machines with grinders sound good. We figured most of that stuff out in the studio, and then it's like, how do we bring that on tour? It's like, we got to carry washing machines and dryers on tour now and stuff. That's our rider. I mean, we just toured the world with nothing, and these military bases in Guam, they had to go find us washing machines and dryers, and every place found them for us, and we destroyed them, and that was that.
Amazing stuff. Well, we're excited to check out the show today. Where can they find you online?
StreetDrumCorps.com and at StreetDrumCorps for every other social media.
Same with Blood Drums.
Blood Drums, yep.
Okay. Well, it's a pleasure getting the first taste of the day here.
Yeah, man.
It's going to be an amazing Knotfest.
Wake up and smell the metal.
Man, between here to the last note Slipknot plays tonight.
It's a great lineup tonight. We're really excited for all these bands too. Suicidal Tendencies and Bring Me the Horizon. Of course, Slipknot.
So hip hop today too.
That stage over there. The main stage over here. I mean, you could spend the whole day just over there. Incredible.
Well, John Reese and Kevin Lyman just did 2 shows last couple weeks, and that's all they used. They didn't even open this.
They just need to buy this property and just make it a 24.
Well, you guys do know that this was the grounds of the US Festival back in the 80s, right?
Okay, I didn't know that.
300,000 people here.
I saw Ozfest here, the last one they did with Ozzy and Motley Crue.
But back in the 80s, Steve Wozniak, co-founder of Apple, excavated this valley. And had the most amazing 3-day festival.
The US Festival.
The Metal Day was Van Halen, Scorpions, Judas Priest, everybody.
So Judas was here then, and they were here last night.
They were here.
Wow.
Still
I reminded Rob Halford the other day in an interview that 36 years ago, I helped put on Judas Priest's first arena show ever in America. It was in Seattle. And they were playing like theaters, first tour, and we convinced the radio station and the record label to kick in. We rented out the Seattle Coliseum, sold tickets for $1, packed the arena. People didn't even know who the fucking Judas Priest was.
Amazing.
And he came out on the Harley, and they've been playing arenas ever since.
Yeah, that's right.
They needed to show that they were an arena band. Judas Priest is not a theater band.
Right.
And they needed that shot, and that's the ingenious idea we had. So
$1 a ticket.
$1 a ticket.
That's all.
Well, of course, John Reese and Kevin Lyman, the kings of keeping those tickets down.
This is a very affordable concert for everything you get. I mean, come on, Man.
You can spend this for one act.
That's it, exactly.
5 stages, all this.
Yeah. And the way they produce it, they get everybody in here safely and where you park and do all that. Because I've been to other shows here that weren't done as well.
But they add the little special touches too, so you know it's not just a facility you're in and you're out.
Yep. All right.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, guys. Cool. Real pleasure. We'll be following up with you, man. The saga.
See you over there. Yeah.